Masido speaking from LloydMasido.com. Who's Lloyd Masido and Think Personal Branding. Today the date is 29th January 2018. Time right now is 6:59. I always reach that time and it's 6:59 or 4:49 or it's never like round. Anyway, today I wanted to speak to you about my mother being in the ICU. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure you were expecting me to be like boo-hoo-hoo, like, and all that stuff, Because obviously, when you think of mother, you think of love, you think of something emotional, something like, I'm pretty sure if, there was a movie about mother, you'd see a woman who's amazing and she'd be hugging her child and she would die for her child and all that stuff. So given that, the update, which I've not yet thought about, is, my mother being in the ICU or my mother's dying, my thoughts, maybe that'd be a good update. Mother is dying, my mother is dying, thoughts. So I just thought I'd put up this video once and for all and just share with you my thoughts, because I keep getting these questions from so many people. Oh, your mother's dying, forgive your mother, let go of the past, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll address this once and for all. Okay. First, let me give you her update. Apparently, right now she's sedated, she's in a ventilator, she's in the ICU, she's unconscious, maybe in a coma, and they're giving medicines to see if she responds to it, okay? So that is what her case is. And I just got another update from my cousin sister, who says that she's on the ventilator with support of sedatives. Her sugar levels have been brought down less than 200 or something. Status is the same, one more day. If she's improving, she's improving. If she is not, they will come to know whether she even responds to medicines. Okay. She was going through this a couple of months before her organs failed, or it failed to respond. They had given up, but she came back. She's a fighter. That's what my mother is. She is really a very tough woman. So she came back. Funny thing is, she looked like she aged, I think, 50 years more after she came out from her near-death experience. So she was the same, still the same, no much difference. So that's my mother's condition, number one. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing which I just want to tell you is I'm no longer angry with my mother. I don't hate my mother. I'm not wishing bad for her. I'm not like, I've got to, have that anger. It's all gone. You need to understand, I'm 41 years old. Today's my birthday. 41 years old. We are talking about memories that happened when I was young. 20 years ago. Let's say even younger than that. So there are some people who never grow out of it. They keep carrying the baggage of the past. Oh, my mother hit me when I was a small boy. I never got love. I never got affection. Why, mother, why? I've gone through it. I've finished it. I finished it off, I think, 6 or 7 years ago when I went through this coaching process. It's coactive coaching. They had this part of inner healing or something like that, where, you put your mother's photograph or father's photograph on the wall and you talk and you let out your emotions. So I finished that healing process. I came to terms with the fact that my mother and father didn't love me. And if you actually check out my videos, that is 2011 suicide, my mother was never there for me. She didn't give a damn whether I was alive or dead. So I realized that we're not actually very close. And then, we had these ups and downs, these fights where I would tell her, don't want to speak to you again, get lost. And my mother would keep saying, yeah, I love you, be there for you, forgive you, God will bless you. I just realized that my mother's never going to change. My mother just is never going to change. Your mother and father are never going to change. So I kind of accepted the fact that, after a certain point, these parents of yours never change. So it's no point. Even if you become a CEO of a company, for them, you are still that baby who they looked after. You're not going to be the CEO. Many people are lucky to have amazing parents. And there are many people who have, garbage human beings as their parents. And then there are these ordinary ones. In my case, I had rotten parents. I had a mother who was not actually an evil woman, but she ran behind money. She was manipulative in nature, and she didn't know how to be a mother, and she didn't feel that closeness with me. She felt the closest with my stepbrother, which I don't blame her. In terms of my father, I Daniel Macedo, I never met him. Daniel Leslie Macedo, never met him. He's an Anglican from Kerala. He was part of the sea. He was part of the, commercial fishing or whatever. Not commercial fishing. Working in the ships, seaman or something he was. I never met him. Then I have this absolutely abusive asshole of a human being, Frederick Pinto, who's my stepfather. An abusive coward. I mean, I don't have any respect for him. I don't hate him, once again. I have spoken to him. He's okay. Now he is, he's in his 60s. He's basically useless, and I wouldn't want to even waste my time. Just courtesy. Hi, how are you? Everything going good? Great. Bye-bye. That's about it. So, I'm not actually angry with my parents, but I don't feel anything for them. It's like a friend that you had in your school days who you're just meeting after 20 years. It's just going to be, hi, how are you, man? Great memories. That's about it. So the point I'm trying to tell you is I'm not angry with my mother. I'm not angry with my father. But I don't feel anything for them. I'm sorry. I just don't feel anything. I mean, I can't fabricate it. And for those of you who keep saying, are you sending money to them? Are you looking after them? Are you going to go and visit them? No, I'm not sending any money to them because we don't have a relationship. They didn't help me when I needed them. I don't help them when they need me. It's a simple give and take policy. You are not there for me. I'm sorry, I'm not there for you. Sending medicines, I don't care whether they get medicines or they don't get medicines. It's none of my business because you are not there for me. I'm sorry, I can't be there for you. Then, if she lives, good for her. Even when she recovered from the sickness, as a courtesy, I introduced my wife and myself, showed my dogs, hi, how are you, showed the house, that's about it. If she said she wanted to come here, I would say, no, I'm sorry, you cannot come here. Because I don't want her to come here. I mean, I don't want her interfering in my personal life. And I'm very busy, I'm always working. Would I go and visit her? I doubt I'd go and visit her because it makes no sense visiting her. I don't feel that closeness to her. I just don't. Like, if I go and meet her, I wouldn't even feel comfortable even giving her a hug or shaking her hand or just talking. I wouldn't feel anything. And even if she would cry, let's say she would cry, I'm leaving and she's crying, it's, why are you crying? I mean, so that's about it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's like you having a girlfriend or a boyfriend which you had 20 years ago and now you're married to someone else. You don't have those feelings. You might say, oh Lloyd, but she looked after you, she carried you for 9 months. Yes, I appreciate that. I respect that she carried me for 9 months. But it's like this. For example, if my wife and me, she carries a baby for 9 months in her stomach, and when that baby comes out, I abuse the shit out of that child. I abuse and beat. I bloody that baby. I literally remove blood. Okay? I'm not exaggerating. Beating that baby to pulp every single day for 20 years. I don't think you would look at me in a very normal way. I don't think you'd like me very much as a human being. And I don't expect that kid to like me. So even my wife, if she gives birth to a baby and doesn't look after the child but abuses the child, I don't expect the child to grow up and say, thank you, mom, for looking after me 9 months, but abusing me for, 19 years. You need to understand what I'm saying. So I hope you get that. Now, if in case you are so generous or you're such an incredible human being that you feel so bad for my mother, I'd be very happy if you can donate some money. You can give her $10, $20, $100, $1,000. Bless you. Like they say, I'll pray for you. People say, I'll pray for you, I'll pray for you. So you can do that. If you're feeling so guilty, if you're such a good human being, you're such an amazing Christian, Hindu, Muslim, you want to make a difference to my mother's life, go ahead. You can take care of her. You can adopt her. She can stay in your house. You can look after her. My mother still asks money, and I'm pretty happy to know that if you want, you can do something. So if you're not willing to do anything, then why are you talking? Here's the thing. You're not willing to do anything. Stop giving me free advice. I don't need your fucking advice. I don't need you to tell me how to be a good human being. You are not there when I got abused. You are not there when I got beaten. You are not there when I got abused, bloodied, whatever. So why you give me free advice, mate? You do it. You do it. It's like me going and telling a woman who got raped, forgive that man who raped you. Give him a hug. You know, it's very easy for me to talk. But if tomorrow someone did that to my daughter, I doubt feel very different about it. So I hope you get that clear. I'm not angry once again, but what I get pissed off is, stop giving me fucking free advice, man. I don't need your advice. You're not qualified to give me advice, because if you are qualified people who pay you money, nobody's paying you any money. So just don't give any advice, you know. So I hope that is clear, because whenever I keep getting these shitty pieces of advice about, oh no, your mother is dying. Okay, she's dying. What do you want me to do about it, mate? We didn't have a relationship so many years. What do you want me to feel? Like, it's like a movie, like, you know, you have these movies, the guy never met the mother or the father for so many years, and when they meet, boo-hoo-hoo, both of them cry, hug each other, and all this lovey-dovey stuff. That's in the movies. I'm sorry, Loy Macedo, this is me, I'm unique, I'm different, I don't feel like that. There's no music happening, there's no director, there's no perfect setting. This is life, it's not a fucking movie. I just love coffee. Okay, so I just thought I'd give you an update on my mother's condition, dying or dead or going to die or whatever. If she is alive, happy for her. I don't know what she has to live for, because she's not earning anything. It's a very difficult life. It's pretty tough. If I was in her place, I'd prefer to die. If she does die, you know, okay, finished. It's done. Then my stepfather's there. He's left to die. They don't have any money. So, you know, not that I want any of their money. So anyway, this is about it. I just thought I'll be very honest with you, because keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. If tomorrow you have a baby, and someone molests that child, okay, somebody molests that child, rapes that child repeatedly, and the child comes and asks the mother and father, help me, and instead of helping, the child gets beaten and bloodied every single day, tortured, mentally locked up in a fucking house. No phone, no internet, there's no internet anyway, no phone, no friends. You're locking up a child inside the house, you're abusing the child, you're physically beating up their child. And after doing all those horrific crimes, you expect forgiveness, you expect to be loved, you expect to be forgiven. There's something seriously wrong with you, my friend. There's something seriously wrong with you. Then you either must be, you know, the kind of person who likes pedophiles, who likes child abusers. Maybe you have that mentality, you know. This Christian forgiveness bullshit that you give now, forgive and forget, then go to these pedophiles. Go to these pedophiles who rape children and say, it's okay, we forgive you. Go to these men who abuse women and children. Go to them and say, Jesus loves you. You know, embrace them. Welcome them into your house and let them interact with your children, your wife, you know, your sisters and your brothers. Do that. So if you don't want to do that, then don't give me fucking advice. I hope you understand, because I don't have any sense of pity, sympathy, kindness to human beings who abuse children, who abuse human beings. Sorry, I just don't have that. So if you feel sorry, go ahead. Go right ahead. Introduce your children to pedophiles. Introduce your wife, your sister, your daughter to rapists. Introduce your children to bad role models. You know, do that. That's for you. But for me, sorry, I find this little abnormal. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. Like YouTube always wants. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. And comment the video and subscribe to my channel and press the fucking bell and all that shit. Sometimes it's so fucking crap. Anyway, just thought I'd share this with you so I get this out of the way. Thank you very much. Lloyd Macedo from LloydMacedo.com. Who's Lloyd Macedo and Think Personal Branding saying goodbye for now. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Take care.